Okay. Uh, okay. So there was just one thing that we didn't cover last class about the introduction. We're going to cover that in 5 minutes, and then we'll work a little bit with the homework. Homework number 1. The work is very short. Okay. In our introduction, we talked about all the aspects of geomechanics in petroleum engineering, going from exploration, we say seismic, structural geology are very important, drilling and completions, keeping the wellbore stable, and then completing the wellbore, for example, with fractures. It might be important in several cases. It might be absolutely necessary in some other cases. Third, we talk about production. After you start producing, also geomechanics comes into the picture. And there is one more point that we also need to discuss, which is waste disposal. And in waste disposal, we discuss about reduced brine. For example, there is brine that you recover after hydraulic fracturing that you cannot inject it again, so you have to do something with that. And for example, when also you do water flooding, if you have a lot of brine and then you cannot inject it back, you need to dispose it. Usually that brine is disposed on these disposal wells. That's one kind of waste which is produced during the recovery of hydrocarbons. Can you tell me any other kind of waste which is produced in general when we use hydrocarbons? Something that it's in here right now. You go outside, it's also there, but you can't see it. What?
Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide is a result of the combustion of hydrocarbons. And carbon dioxide is also a greenhouse gas. And many people claim that this is changing now, the temperature in the air. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure it's a greenhouse gas. And I'm sure that pumping large amounts of it into the atmosphere is causing a change. Whether that causes global warming or not, something that the experts in the area know that, a lot better. But the carbon dioxide, it's important to mitigate emissions. I don't know if some of you guys were at the seminar of the new SPE president. Did some of you guys go over there? Probably you weren't invited. Oh, you were there? No? You're raising your hand? No? Yes? No? Okay, well, probably you weren't invited, but this week on Tuesday, we had the new SPE president come here to UT and talk about the challenges of petroleum engineering in the future. One of the main challenges is to make, and it's actually already there, but people don't know very well that petroleum engineering is solving a lot of problems to society. Problems of providing energy, and also problems helping the environment. Believe it or not, producing or using energy from hydrocarbons, it's in some ways a lot better than producing it from some other sources. Like, for example, I don't know, biofuels. Biofuels, probably, growing crops, cutting trees in order to put crops, it's not such a great idea. And one of the challenges that SPE president was saying is that we need to cut carbon emissions in the future to zero. We need to make the energy industry in such a way that all the carbon dioxide that is emitted, it's somehow sequestered in the ground and it's not emitted to the atmosphere. And actually I'm working a lot in that area, and that's another kind of waste that we also need to develop ways to inject it in underneath formations safely. So waste disposal, we talk about then brine, reduced brine, and also CO2. There are some other kind of ways also you can inject, for example, drilling cuttings. Sometimes also those you can inject it in underneath formations. And probably the last thing in which geomechanics could be also involved is in well abandonment. And this pretty much completes the picture of applications of geomechanics. And we'll go through every single one of those. Probably not to well abandonment, but we'll talk about all these applications throughout the course. So the course is going to be divided more or less in two. The first part is mostly about theory, and the second part is mostly about application. So in the first part, we're going to try to get together the tools that we need in order to understand all these applications, and in the second part, we'll talk more about the applications. Okay? So let's work a little bit on the homework. Let me come back to the computer over here. As I was telling you, all the homework is going to be assigned online, and it's going to be submitted also online. If you go to Canvas now and you go here into assignments, you will see already this icon. You click over here, and there it says homework number 1, and it's section 1.3 in this link. Actually, let me go to that. So you open this one and you go 1.3 problems. This is what you have to work on right now. So basically 2 questions, okay? Guys, you all have a phone or a computer. It's not very long, this summary. Just go to this link and to those 2 links, and I want you to tell me what has been the increase of oil and gas production due to completions in shales. Okay? So get started working on that, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be walking around. Okay? Let's see if we can pause this.